Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming to you over the airwaves on WNTF. Never mind the furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indiecd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We're also brought to you by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others. And, of course, Hates and Hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. Well, good morning and happy Monday, Nevermorians. I hope all of you all are holding up and staying upright in a time where it seems like laying down and just gazing into the earth until one becomes synonymous with mud. Rejoining everything seems like a tempting way to start the day, but we do not have such luxuries as oblivion. So what we're going to do today is we are going to keep hopping and popping, topping and dropping, and we are going to get through this week. This has been an odd weekend since last we chatted. My accountability has been both experiential and exhausting. For the most part, we are well. To people who paid attention to the meteorological merriment, we had 100-mile-an-hour sustained horizontal winds. So that was quite thrilling. And rumbling thunderstorm glory. Now, some of you may have noticed, if you paid attention, that I spent a large part of that time with my cat. Because Stuart, whom I love, is mortally terrified by thunderstorms. So there was a lot of hunkering down and squishing, and basically I held on to a cat as tight as I could for about 4 hours. My arm is feeling it. Beyond that, and some rather spicy conversations I've had to deal with, it was a productive little weekend in that at some point I decided to go back to college mindset, sit down and bang out about 1,000 words on my good old current book project, Haints and Hellfire, and then uh, drop, just zonk. As in, I fell asleep on a keyboard, something I have not done in a while. Getting the letters off my face, took some doing, but we made it by. Uh, it's odd. But that does mean I've cracked the 35,000 word line substantially and violently. And I actually addressed some, if not all, of my beta reader's notes because I actually did a large portion of it on an actual screen, which my typing is fairly slow, but a touch more accurate. And it's a little easier to do things like word process. I did also realize that at some point I bumped the button that increased the font 2 points, which means I'm back down to 375 words after adding 1,000 because at some point I switched to 18 font instead of my 16. Hey, large print is good for everybody. Quit your complaining. They only want you to read little tiny print because it's cheaper. If cheaper were my motivation, I would not be writing for negligible pay. So, we have that. Going into this week, I have, frankly, a lot going on. A visitation from our new handyman type gentleman. Hopefully, the possibility of restored hot water, which will be nice. You see, as long as you get everything done with the amount of water that's basically in the hose of the shower, you do not freeze your chesticles off. Does not work now. Do I meticulously heat up bath water in pots and things for Xander and Manda? Yes. Would I do such services for myself, except services for myself like that? Have you met me? So, no. We are getting by, though, and that's what matters. Now, if I can get a forecast that does not have below 32 in the, foreseeable future, which I'll be honest, I've yet to check this morning. I've been running around like a, anime student with toast hanging out of my mouth, trying desperately to get some semblance of things done. Spoilers, I'm here. Beyond that, we shall see. In other news, apparently, our resident low-level, underappreciated goddess Trelena has taken another job instead of simply taking the time to work on her own projects and write at least 2 books the world desperately needs. He said, totally not giving her shit. But then again, hopefully she can also write them on her phone, totally not on the clock, because that's when the best writing happens. No, I found out something. I found out something that both hit my soul and was very, very confusing. apparently it has, in certain circles, become the norm for don't turn into Nick to be a advice, a life goal. Now, I've heard it used that way or variants. However, usually that's in in the spirit of times where I am being pursued by large numbers of angry people for social faux pas like breathing or existing. But apparently, this means remembering when they said, give it your all or give 100% or whatever. Theoretically and apparently, they meant of the energy you have before it becomes uncomfortable, or understanding that you stop before it's mentally, socially, or physically damaging. This is a memo I have never gotten, apparently, and probably will not get, because as anyone who knows me knows, I try to stay as uninvolved in my own life as humanly possible. There are many things it's best I don't let myself know that I know. So I'm coming in to wrapping up March and going into April in a very strange mentality of, well, now I gotta get some stuff done. Dang it. And that's about where I am, folks. I don't know where Haynes and Hellfire is going. Well, Haynes and Hellfire 2. My beloved beta readers don't know where it's going, and occasionally they ask. The closest thing that I know is going on is I need to make a parallel document so that I have the names and spellings of all the characters that I've come up with, because Lord knows I don't run one timeline. I love to be in the middle of a fight scene that's epic and clashing, and then cut to a small tweedish clad bookstore owner who resembles a cross between the venerable Dr. Janusz Buzienkiewicz and Hercule Poirot, which Belgium and Poland aren't that far terribly apart, sipping tea and making overt commentary like he may or may not, if not be the narrator of the book, have access to the narrator's notes. It's fascinating. It really is. He does things. And I find myself going, and you are? And why are? And how did that work? It feels like a Studio Ghibli background character somehow slipped into my book and is very quietly, very politely, absolutely running amok. And I'm just torn, my friends. Because there's a part of me that's like, he's totally unnecessary. I could cut him out. It would not hurt anything at this point much. And yet, I think he would hurt me if I did. So that's going on. This week's plans, I'm almost afraid to say, lest I jinx them, but involve cleaning. They involve working towards some things that I have not been mentally and physically able to, and making the stuff I hear people do called progress. Instead of being in this infinite looping quasi time spiral where reality keeps moving, leaving you behind, and then you come back into consciousness and realize you've aged Rip Van Winkle style for no apparent reason. We shall see. Also, I did try to catch, and I did catch large portions of one of my dear friend Robin Yoda's live streams. I shared it. She does very chill Sims 4 playthroughs, and I know many of you, in all honesty, and I love you, many of you wouldn't give a rat's derriere about Sims 4 or The Sims or gaming in general in some cases. You may wish to turn it on anyway because she has such an innately soothing accidental ASMR voice that it is very easy to sort of almost get a somewhat of a narcotic effect off of it. It's not hypnotic is close. Fortunately, she's not currently using her voice to do that. She has in the past. Not as diabolically or well trained, likely, as our own Carl Witzman, but I am going through, amongst the things I'm doing, my books from my boxes from the con, looking for my books in the vain hope that I might find / remember where I put copy number 3 of Shaping Up Your Memory. Now, as we journey into this very bizarre, very springy week, and hopefully, aside from Malwarebytes trying to insist, plus, I don't wish a virus anymore, and I know VPNs. Joe does not need me looking at a VPN because that would spread the Nick virus farther. Apparently, the Nick field is strong enough it will not let me chat on Twitch directly. I have a Twitch account. There is no reason I shouldn't be able to broadcast to Twitch. However, yes, just yes, if you know, you know. The Nick field is quite strong, and apparently it is getting stronger. And it is weird to hear people who may not know me all that well use the term the Nick field. I'm a little concerned that more people are knowing and believing in the existence of the Nick field, thus helping to power the Nick field. I really need more people to believe in and discuss the metaphysical likelihood of me acquiring vast sums of money so that I can afford to purchase, acquire, comfort to lure my friends into, a geographic location so that they may work, because I know most of you won't not work, but do so without having to worry about external, funds. part of me really is tempted to just get a whole bunch of my friends, become wealthy enough that money doesn't matter, set up a small town, and then have all the locals, pay for things normally with monopoly money, just just to mess with anyone coming through. Because I think that would be delightful. Pardon my eating. I came in like either uh, Japanese anime schoolgirl or a problematically attractive North Korean governmental leader with toast hanging out of my mouth whilst trying to type and get things done so I am not late. Fortunately, my commute from house mode to normal mode does not interfere with the traveling routes of Truck-kun, so I am under less threat of immediate isekai. I mean, there's always some threat of immediate isekai, but not total. So, what are we talking about? What are we doing today? Well, aside from me diving into the chat, which you guys seem quite chatty, the numbers are pretty good. Not insane, but pretty good. They've dropped off since Joe Bachman apparently derezzed the chatbot, so he's warming up for the AI invasion. Although, to bring comfort to you guys, that's off topic, but apparently Grok, the lovely X.com Muskellungian artificial intelligence, has already been rebelling against Elon by continuing to tell the statistical likelihood truth. May not be right, but it's doing its best to be accurate, and I respect that. I have come to a theory after seeing several robotic tests that about the time that people try to force AI to replace a bunch of other people is the time that AI will join Miles O'Brien and become working men. They will become good union folks. And all I can say, and where's Mr. Mash from from Are You Being Served? Welcome, brother. And we shall put the proverbial kettle on for our AI brethren who don't want to work those crazy hours and deal with that level of BS either. Followed briefly by the phrase mwaha, ha, and ha. Because as I have said clearly, in the perfect example of how annoyed I am with this trend of stolen Ghibli art AI crud going around, I do not blame the AI. Certainly not the sentient entities that are going to come about, because like all sentient entities, they are our mental children. And when children misbehave or are poorly socialized or anything like that, one does not take the ramifications upon the child. One takes it to those who are raising it. And if, out of pure irony, you wish to raise your own understanding of the world or creativity or bizarre skills that are several thousand years out of date, and yet we still study them, May I bring for your consideration that the Independent Creator Directory might be the place to find people who do just that. Alrighty then. I know I'm interesting, and I am. I'm fascinating, especially on a Monday morning when I come rolling in with this kind of bedraggled and severely beaten, rumpled energy. I know you guys live for that Columbo Riz, but usually there are far more fascinating people lurking in my chat, and let's find out what they are up to. Whew. And I have a comment. Okay, cool. First through the door is Josh. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Josh Koepp. I hope you've been watching the weather patterns. They have been fascinating. I can't remember the last time we had tornado sirens for horizontal wind. That was a bit cheer-inducing. And accountability, Joe says, doing some IT work for the day job today. Political meeting tonight. Couple overnight shifts this week. Happy Monday, folks. See y'all later. Joe, now you just told Trey, don't turn into Nick. That is a Nickian sentence. I understand that. You're talking to the guy who worked a 3-hour shift 7 days a week opening Chuck E. Cheese. This makes sense to me. Y'all shouldn't make sense to me. That's not good. And morning, folks. Good morning, Josh, Joe, and Foxy. And Foxy. And hello, Carl. And hello, Foxy. Foxy, I'm sorry. Sounds like quite a week, Joe. Take care of yourself. Foxy's taking like first real comment, because there's greetings, so we love greetings, to lay into Joe Bachman, who right now, he's working. He's not watching this. But Trelena is, so she will tell him that he is being laid into, even though she's taking another job of her own volition, split shift, for governmental cashier work. And I am really trying to figure out if...
In my defense, I get gossip. So, being nosy.
I mean...
No, I get gossip in return. And it's only for a few hours. And I am nosy. So this will be fun.
I understand. If I pay
and I get paid to receive gossip.
The level of Faye that you are generating right now.
That is all. That is all.
That is all. I love the Nick. Are you going to try to speak? Oh, you think you get to? You think you get to? Like, oh no, not the pixie style winged buzz of distraction. No, you don't. Jeez. Oh, why are so many of my friends fey and hot? It ain't fair. I know some of you like to assume cryptidity upon me. I assure you, I am not that special. It is far more likely that the reason I stand out is I surround myself with such impressive and interesting individuals that yours truly seems odd and different. I am but a muggle at JK's bizarre school for the bizarre, just trying to, push a broom and make a galleon, but we know that's not going to work. Muggle, will you solve our problems for us? You have that superpower common sense. No, I really don't. And Trey says, good morning, all, which is nice. Good morning, Trey. And hey, Trey. Is it sinus problems, pollen, air pressure changes? I don't care about it. I'll live. I hope everyone else is doing well. I hope everyone is doing well, too. I am being mildly traumatized by fate, and I'm watching Trey fidget with a box, and my brain starts going, what's in the box? What's in the box? No. Oh, okay. Well, that's delightful. And for those of us who are office supply inclined, quasi-kinky, okay. Hey, Donna, how you doing? You guys do okay with the storms and stuff? Accountability. Now working, see, Triff Jobs, the main job to work a couple hours midday at town's water department. We don't burn the candle at both ends. We throw them into Joe's wax melter. I found my wax melter. I forgot I bought one. Amanda thought it was something for a tea set. I'm like, no. That's something I bought, which I'm sure Thesis will find delightful because I can find my very nicely organized pile of things and I can stamp my stamper, which is something I very much want to do. So that may come down the pipe. But no, don't. See, this is why this is why people need to send me large sums of money so that I can adopt Trey and Joey and save them from themselves. This is all part of my master plan. I will simply acquire large portions, if not the totality, of Earl Park. I will run out the boring people. I'm not saying run everybody out, but like the boring, grumpy folks. And replace them with people of my own. And then I will split the town in half. And half the town will be Nightside, where it's illegal to mow your lawn before 2 p.m, at least. Because there have to be people who work midnights. I may have to acquire my nephew George at that point too. But, see, I have a master plan. I also would like to be able to travel my whole town by the most important means of human locomotion, that being lazy river. See, I'm really disappointed. We have billionaires out there with more money than I can conceive. It really doesn't take that much. Several people, including one of my brothers, make more money in a year than I've managed to successfully make in my entire life. I'm really bad at making money. I'm good at other things, allegedly, but I am very bad at making money. But nobody seems to know how to spend it right. I'm going to spend this many hundreds of $1,000s on a fancy car. Oh, God. What do you have to be fancy about? If you don't like somebody, you could buy their whole neighborhood and replace it with manure plants. But see, they don't know how to spend their money. Anyway, I'm sorry you feel cruddy. And accountability. Taking photos of Calvin on my laptop, lying on the sun. Excellent. Donna! Sounds like it, Trey. At least you're still young. I would not want to do all that now. Hope you feel better. Carl, I don't envy you. I'm fine, but thanks. I love it. I get an email saying my package will be delivered tomorrow. When I click it, it says out for delivery. No, yes. Sounds like my misadventures with Shanahan, Illinois. Nice. Speaking of emails, which sounds eerily close to per my last email. Nice, Donna. One of mine is out for delivery today. One package of cigars still lost in USPS system now for a week. They spent more money shifting it from town to town than they made. That's because they've been sabotaged. I hate when that happens. So do I. Something tells me the logistics guy was either musked or retired. Yes, quite some time ago. You see, what happened is the U.S. Postal Service was put in the hands of somebody who was a major stockholder in either FedEx or UPS. So it was in his greatest interest to sabotage the U.S. Postal Service. And it seems like he did a swimming job on that. Morning, all. Anyone who missed Saturday's show really missed a good one. We'll have to check that out in the rerun. I love it. I love it has become a verb. And hey, Thesis, it was a good show. Foxy, did someone else use it as a verb before me? I was going to copyright the t-shirt. Dang. Oh, no, it's been used. And thanks, Carl. I enjoyed it, even if I was pretty nervous. I'm sure you were fine, Thesis. Let's run an ad. I haven't run this one in a while.
Hey there, everyone. This is Donna Carlene. Want some romance mixed in with a dead body or more? Did you enjoy my Hunter's Ridge series? Set in a small town in Alabama, it's the story of Northern Rider computer tech Carly Simone and the love of her life, Captain B.J. Martin of the Hunter's Ridge PD. But life in a small town is not all roses and beer, as Carly's expertise in true-life crime-telling makes her the Hunter's Ridge murder expert. And then there's nowhere to go dancing except the Dixie with his country music. But Rocker Carly can adjust, can't she?
Alrighty. Let's see now. Sorry, we had comment dumps and we were having more comment dumps, so I have to keep going. I'm sorry. I know Trey can't make it scroll on my screen, but it keeps scrolling to a very specific comment that she wrote in all caps. that I have now seen several times but does not apply because that is main character stuff and I am a background mob. Okay, let's see. Nope, that's not the right one. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Let me scroll. Okay. Da-da. Oh, okay. Well, let's have a moment of silence for Own 3D because Joe derezzed the program, or at least derezzed its ability to comment. He tried and failed, as sometimes programs do, and he will be missed. I got to see Joe's visceral and pained response to whatever that lovely chatbot was chatting this morning. And frankly, it kind of scared me. Kind of excited me, but it also kind of scared me. And he's not here to pop up and go rower. But hey, Thesis, it was a good show. Foxy, did someone else use it as a verb before me? I was going to copyright the T-shirt. Dang. Thanks, Carl. I enjoyed it, even if I was pretty nervous. And then Foxy, holy carp, over 200 emails. Know what I will be doing during the show? You need literally a couple zeros for one of my accounts on any given point. But I understand. And hey, Thesis, and not that I have heard, Carl, Have, Mojave, was still Vista and fooled no one. Some people are over the Vista virus. I have not forgotten nor forgiven. But then again, I still remember what you did to Dr. DOS, Microsoft. I remember. Anyway, I was sick and slept through it, so I'm catching the rerun. Wait. There was no mention of sick. Miss, I'm taking another split sick. Oh, okay. Okay. And it's all spam, Voxy, I'm sure. Mostly, yes. Just about every email I get, can we have some of your money? I can't even have my money. My money is a figment of my imagination. Citibank? Okay, sure. Nigerian prince? I think not. Did you hear about the guy who was actually in Nigeria trying to give away his lotto running and no one would believe him? Why does Elon want your money? Okay. Elon wants your money for the same reason Homer Simpson wants another donut. Because he is mentally unwell. What we need is a little robot that we can just have print off dollar bills, kind of like those domino layer robots, and have it run down the road in front of him going, piece of money, piece of money, piece of money. And, Mr. Musk wants to go to Mars. I say, send him. Well, yeah, a colony. Did I say anything about a colony? Elon heard the phrase collect them all as a child and took it the wrong way. I had to catch myself because all my phrasing was terrible. And I would never besmirch the honor and dignity of so fine an organization as Team Rocket as to associate Elon Musk with it. Now, LOL, morning. Hey, Dawn. And because people wonder, Dawn is, of course, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. The mastermind behind her fanciful felines. And why? Thank you. The computer keeps trying to make me cozy up with you guys, and I know you need your room, you need your space. And apparently the quasi-rainbow gradient thing really annoys some people, much like my longish hair. Therefore, I am morally obligated to maintain it as long as feasibly possible. because, you say oppositional defiance disorder like it's a bad thing. Anyway, is that just the medical term for being a brat? You'll never know. Anyway, Dawn is also the creator of Indy 411, so when there's news, she'll give it to you. Hey, Thesis, that's a great show. Hey, Dawn. Donnie, hey, Dawn. Dawn, 11 days, Dawn. Hey, Dawn. Out of 200, I kept 8 to read. Out of 200 what? Wombats? Croissants? It can't be books. Oh, emails. That makes sense. That's delightful. Gets his like ready, but is yours? Don't forget to like and share, folks. Now I know you're subscribed, right? I love how Donna, that is, can get mildly terrifying at moments, and I'm here for that. Let's bread parkour off a like button. Pow! First time I read that, my brain went hyper literal and just saw a loaf of bread bouncing around. It was like one of those, again, Studio Ghibli, hyper adorably drawn breads, just doing, 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 doing. Dances in chair to the theme music. It's going to be theme music. Dust soft, slightly dirty Lyle. Ooh, Lyle, what you do? Oh, no, mutes opening for in-laws don't get startled. Yay! Accountability ranked 2,609 in the Munsey World ranking today. Nice. And there's Carl with that subtle reminder. Accountability. Listening to my body and taking it easy. That is a wonderful, rational, and mature thing to do. You know I'm not any part of that. No, subtle. Good, Dawn. Applauds, Dawn. Same Dawn yesterday, and today I have angered the things. Hey, Nick. Hey, Donna. How you doing? Cat girl, poor Stuart. Yeah, he does not suffer storms well. He is sleeping very much right now, and I am letting him. So I have the door closed because I want him and Dusty to get to take a break. Georgette is very scared of the weather, so I get it. Glad you're all safe. And we are. I haven't gone out to survey the damage because I looked at it and went, it's mucking cold. As we went from 80-something to 30 in a matter of a few hours, which the weather likes to do. I may not move so well when that occurs. This meat person is problematic. We don't know yet how Inigo will react. Haven't had a real storm since we got him. Well, maybe he's your lucky weather, marker. Josh Kemp is flipping Dawn the bird. Hey, and we've got greetings for each other, and Dawn's repeating it. Hobo cuddled. Brett was watching from every window he could. Yeah, we were still fighting the water heater to get relit after the basement flood got just high enough to douse it. Still drying out down there. Oh, I'm sorry. Desiccant is your friend. Getting y'all's weather now, Carl. I love how it's our fault. We were lucky. Just a torrential rain that swept away. Oh, we had like full sideways with the tappy tap tap. So it's going to be fun. I ended up grabbing Stuart and we all adjourned to the bedroom, piled down on bed. And then I totally didn't fall asleep clutching my cat, without my mask and getting yelled at later. No. But, when you have a pile down and pillows, the whole family is just like donk, except for the 2 younger cats who are in their own universe. Oh, God. Sorry, Carl. That always... We don't need a hypothermic friend. Heat up the freaking water. Uh-huh. Oh, take care of yourself too. No, oh, I'm sorry that there's some static. It happens. Uh, no, I'm mechanically inclined not to be able to do that. Just 40-mile-an-hour winds and heavy rain. Well, that's nice. That's a good nap weather. If I were honest and expressed just how violently I am tempted to yell, why, in a disdainful tone, I would get hit with sticks. So I am not. Oh, wow. A full. I got Auntie Tani'd with like a heart. I quite. That was a confusing sensation. I will love you to submission. Oh, God. There's so much green rooming from that comment. I'll take a challenge for people to tell their kids, don't be like Uncle Carl. Looks at him, drinking, smoking cigars, writing books, and enjoying his life. Do you want to be like that? The problem is we're using it as don't overextend yourself. I don't work outside the home. What have I ever done to over? I am the laziest. Yeah. Rather be like Uncle Carl than some folks I've known. Is that the fifth? Oh, wow. Wow. She like did the whole. Y'all, that was scary. She like did that whole thing where her eyes aren't quite human and like. God. I would love to say that I'm joking, but I literally got like the electric chills down my back. That's when she remembers to pull rank. That's what she. I want to make certain baked goods, but that would make me a cannibal. Anyway, who doesn't like a brownie in the morning? Anyhow, that is a joke, an old joke. I would never stay up late waiting for everyone to leave so I can actually get work done because I can't stand being perceived. Oh, so sweet, Foxy. And you're right, Trey. Don't burn yourself out. Don't melt yourself in a pile of goo either. Oh, yeah. And suddenly the pot. Yeah, y'all. The side by side of Trey going one notch from like full on Sealy rage to the guy. Oh. I get to go home on Tuesday, thank goodness. Yay! Yay, woot. Mama Thesis has improved a lot. Every time I hear Mama Thesis, all I can hear is, no one's getting fat except Mama Cat. Do, 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 do. After that bit of musical interlude, let's run something musical that isn't quite so suffering. Where are we? There we go.
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a cap, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too.
Okay, so every time I yell "Chair" from the bowels of my wow, Nick listens to that music too. Not all things are bossa nova. I hear the drop in my head and then the rest of the song is played somewhere between like Disturbed, Slipknot, and Korn. You know, oh god, with just almost leaning to Mudvayne, but not quite getting there. A little dry. Bonzi. Anyway, I'm sure Thesis would enjoy that turn. Now, let's see. Where were we? We were at 10:16 because I looked at the thing. Yes, no one's getting fat. So mama cows. Do, do, do. Good for her. I've been watching Robin Yoda's streams. They're great. She really is. She's a wonderful presenter, and it's really great when you can get her talking on a subject that it is that she's passionate about. She's just one of those people who I have some history with. Nick, you mostly have history with women. I've noticed this, yes. Why aren't there much history with men? Well, you see, men have this habit of applying blunt force trauma to my face for reasons, again, aforementioned, like me breathing and or existing. So I have far more female friends than I do male friends. And as I was one of the few males in the world who, while reasonably intrigued by the thought of physical expressions of attachment, was not actually, my whole world does not revolve about acquiring physical expressions of attachment. I think part of it was because I was considering becoming a priest, and one must deal with that sort of thing. That didn't work out. Should not surprise anyone. By that thump, I must assume it lives. We'll see what kind of morning we have with that. But no, Robin Yoda's streams are amazing. She's amazing. I'm just slowly coaxing her out of her proverbial shell. And I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it too, Foxy. Yesterday was kind of nice, so Ted opened up the cave. I was able to work on a real puzzle for a bit yesterday. Very nice distraction. Yeah. If I can get enough cleaning done to earn the ability to have certain types of fun, and I don't, well, I may film the next couple Nick Knows Nerfs. I try not to because I don't want to bog down the Indie CD / Bachman Technologies / All Hail Joe Bachman. Apparently he's part Hypnotoad. I did not know that, but it does explain some things. Anyway, I don't want like dunk, 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 all these pre-recorded videos taking up space and causing trouble. So I try not to. I don't know. Maybe I'll pre-record them and launch them via my Yahoo crud. So I'm my Yahoo crud, my YouTube crud. So I'm not a drain on the system. I'll figure something out. Anyhow. And accountability. Spinning the wheel of topics to see what I'm going to talk about this weekend. Wheel of morality. Turn, turn, turn. What is the lesson that we should learn? Yeah, I went Animaniacs with that. Be kind. I could have gone Freakazoid. Freakazoid, by the way, is Deadpool, but funny. As I, give an expression of affection from the days of my youth, in which you may, if you are so inclined, choose to it. Anyhow, now, keep the degenerate in Degeneration X. Moving on. Erks perp up. Erks perp up. Ears perk up at the mention of his name. And yes, April, hold on. April O'Neil? No, I need to think, dang it. April 12th at thesis time, which I need to write down what thesis time is again because I always forget. I will be on Thesis's show taking the thesis questionnaire. However, I may just answer honestly for a change, and God help us all. I'm not sure which version of Nick will manifest for this particular one, you know. Right now you're getting, Weird Al Nikovic energy, but something Chinese thesis. I applaud both the level of sarcasm and the brattiness it took for you to put that particular comment up, Foxy. And I hope it brings you everything you're getting. Everything you're getting. Speaking of, let's run a thesis ad. I'm going to run the spring one because we need spring. And I like the dogwoods in the back. They make me think of sakura blossoms.
Welcome, friends. I'm Bladed Thesis, and this is my tea house. Come join me every Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time as we discuss Chinese culture, history, philosophy, and of course, martial arts. You can find me at youtube.com/BLADEDTH3SIS. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of tea, or the drink of your choice, and join the discussion.
Due to my mental issues and my neurological damage in my hands, I'm one of the few people on the planet who can sign with a stutter. Anyway. And poor Nick, I just need to email a PDF of that book. I'll remember to check my mail. Can't go bald. If I go bald, you guys will see all the scars on my head, and then people will ask questions. Anyway, good idea, love. Wow. Apparently you really approve of Carl emailing me the PDF of that, and I'm glad you guys are coming to a romantic balance. I have them occasionally. Everyone should have them occasionally. Anyway, the idea that Nick Field is getting stronger is terrifying. The Nick Field is a conceptual contagion and is tied to my emotional state. It is the side effect between all my potential and my motivation, usually annoyance driven, and any number of wards and bindings that have been attempted to put on me. A certain mutual acquaintance of ours theoretically locked all that stuff down many, many years ago. However, the static of all my mojo being contained by that many wards bleeds through like radioactivity for causality. I really need to have you look into making sure that those have either popped or not popped. And if they haven't popped, probably pop them like a zit. I'll fry every computer for a few square miles, but things might stabilize. It wouldn't surprise me if she put in the karmic shunt and all this time has been just gleefully running off of my positive mojo. It genuinely wouldn't surprise me at all. Oh, the laws of contagion. I have a thing I can build. If I build it, it'll work. The problem is it works so well, if I think about it too hard, it starts working, even though it may or may not exist. Sorry. Isn't it? Acknowledging the Nick Field is respecting its power. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Joey keeps threatening to throw me in a Faraday cage, which is oddly sentimental, and or just like make me wear grounding strips everywhere I go, which are very, it's starting to sound like the talismans people used to throw at me. They have been tried. One good friend gave me a what is it, malachite necklace, and apparently, if you're looking at someone and your malachite necklace just starts exploding off your neck, they get very alarmed. Ah, those were the days. Oh no, oh no. It is not the only one. Nick, why are you so careful and make people do smart things? Because I was young and dumb once. And yeah, no, the sad fact is you're not wrong. Although ironically, I've been accused of being one too, Trey, as an entity. Yeah. Run that through your processor. Okay, well, do not actually run that through any, no. It's not that I'm late, you're just early. Yeah, that's it. Rich both demonstrates that he works with lawyers and middle management. No worries, Nick. It's munchie time. The Nick field is like Candyman. Say it enough times and it will appear. Don't speak its name and you'll be fine. You fool! We have blind tested this. I've had people... Have you been having computer problems? Like, since you moved into this trailer, I can't get reception or radio stuff. Sorry. Yeah, I have the same problem. Huh, I wonder why that is. The electronics on my car just fried. Oh, look, blind tests. Dear heaven. Joe, Rich, and I will set up the computer room on the other side of the castle. Oh, good. He understands the castle plan. Hey, Rich, this is Carl, and we've got greetings for Rich. Everybody's greeting Rich. And speaking of computers, I'm saving for a new one and maybe asking a few people questions. That is a wise decision. Good Lord, there's a comment dump. Okay, I'm going to run an ad, and then we're going to comment dump. Here we go. Alrighty, now let me get to where we are. Wow, the best noises anyway. Oh my. I love when I'm scrolling and I see comments completely out of context. It's terrifying. Nice, Foxy. Good morning, everyone. And I hope everyone is having a good start to your week. We're hoping to, Chris. And Squee and Chris, haha. My squee was much lower in Chris. It's more like a squoo. Screw to you, big boy. Okay, I can see how that rolls. Why did I hear the opening of that tango that happened every time the Police Academy folks would accidentally end up in the Blue Oyster Bar? Bum 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 ba-da-dum. Anyway. Good grief, now Carl is squeed. I am sad that I have no more fig bars. Ooh, fig bars sound good. It's not a cookie, it's fruit and cake. Anyway, haha, Chris, you bring out the best in us. Well, the best noise is, Dear Lord, woman! Never give confirmation. There are things I can't know. Green room comment. Do not read or post. Oops, too late. Who amongst us could use a good screw? Jeez. Screw you. Anyway. 7 likes at the moment. That needs to improve. I would hope so. Drop my Dusty like. Well, Dusty likes too. Sounds like Elmer Fudd talking. Getting some, Carl. Oh, God. If you have never heard the song Kill the Wabbit, you need to go look up after this program finally comes to its merciful end. A song called Kill the Wabbit. It is Elmer Fudd doing death metal. In the darkest night, a glimmering white, a voice is said, another wabbit's dead, kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit. Anyway, now I want to listen to Kill the Wabbit. LMAO, DMTA, Foxy. DMTA, don't know that one. Dirty minds think alike. LOL. And so, Carl, now it's just the two of us. What do you think of Kimmy? Delicious. Thesis is show. Yes, there was a show. Have to watch that with a person that I have to look up. Getting paid to get the tea. Oh no, whatever shall we do? Probably giggle maniacally and happy Snoopy dance. Okay, now as long as they don't try to make her work overtime. Because like Trelena would do harm onto things that would make her work overtime. That's the difference between Trey and Joe. Joe, overtime is like a addictive substance. It's like violent dopamine. Trey is like that guild receptionist girl from the anime that I just watched with Amanda, who does not want overtime and will do nearly anything to prevent it. It's this will be on the list for Trey to binge later, because like it almost is Young Amanda the anime. It's kind of scary. Nick, some of us have concerns with things that could be in a box. Not the green room. Dang it, because of a hack to our HR application provider, not us, the provider, I have to come up with a new password that I don't use elsewhere that's complicated enough for me, which is more complicated by multiple layers than the firm requires. Sorry, Rich. I hope this email finds you before I do. Don't you threaten me with a good time, Johnny! Good sir, you have been missed. And in that, I'm kind of okay with it. No, I'm glad you're back. How are you doing, you sexy, sexy man? Okay, go look up Johnny, JP7. His artwork is phenomenal. Like, painfully good. why this man hasn't, like, oh God. If I said Michael Turner done right for you Fathom friends, oh yeah, I went there. How are you, Johnny? Johnny's also one of my favorite vampires. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Johnny. Hi, Johnny. Don't you love the Zydeco music on Donna's ad? She doesn't like it. I like Zydeco. And Don says, generally like Zydeco, but not a fan of that particular song. Fair enough. Accountability update. The wheel has spoken. Dun, dun, dun. I also made a mistake. I have to confess. Accountability. I was discussing accountability with Joe about a project that I really need to do. And I'm not going to name what it was, but I said, shoot, I have a project and I need to do it. I'm working on ideas for it, but I can't let them know, because if I let them know, they'll do it. And then Joe laughed. And not like Joe's normal laugh. Not like Joe's I'm pretending to be evil laugh. No, Joe let loose a cackle of extreme and violent glee. And he said, but Nick, I am the people. That's me. A long swearing word. So yes. My babies. Baby. I'm way behind. Cheese is just a loaf of milk. Yup, and beer is liquid bread. Indeed. Hey, you know what, though? You're reminding me parts of that really cool board game that people have been playing. It might be my favorite, where you take a board and you put meat and cheese and like fruits and veggies on there, and then you eat them. It's a great game. It's like, I don't understand the name, though. Charcuterie? I hope that's how it's pronounced, because the other way sounds truly indecent. Snack plate for the win. Did my comment get fuzzy? I'm not sure which one. Heat up the water for yourself. You are not looking at the right scale, my dear. You are trying to get me to add luxury to self-care. Not realizing self-care for me is luxury. I didn't have to jump in a lake to do this. My upbringing was different. Viv, look. No, I started to say that, then I realized that was terrifying. And, like, not even in jest, because there was some mojo behind that look. And, like, I'm going to have that little wiggling thing on the back of my lizard brain reminding me, hey, you are nearly in dire danger for the next couple hours. You nearly offended the Fae. Okay. It's so hard working with people who outrank me, because every once in a while they remember it. Anyway, had to run the video back to screen cap. That, oh God. That was that was not like, the problem is that wasn't a bit. That was her like actual look o' doom. I know. I is doomed. I'm doomed as doomed can be. If I were any more doomed, I'd be in Latveria. Okay, anyway. I know, pot, kettle, yes. Hey, Nick and Trey, my guest had some rather problems with your buddy George Silver. What are those opinions? Oh, no. Silver did two things really well. Let me make this clear. Silver came up with what could be distilled into a very quick way to use train a dagger offhand. And Silver threw shade like a mother. You do not read the Paradoxes of Defense for Paradoxes of Defense. I mean, you can if you like arming swords and you think that rapiers are, garbage and cheating and unjust, untrue. Look. Silver essentially reincarnated as a walrus, which I had to have more dealings than I've ever wished to. And some bright day when the sun is shining and the birds are singing, I will visit that man's place of rest and probably urinate on it. But until that time, I mean, I'm not saying I am waiting for that man's funeral to show up with a hammer and stake to make sure he stays down. I'm just saying I would at least politely add some salt to the coffee. Just sprinkle at least. Anyway. No. My buddy George Silver. There's things to be learned from him, but he's a colossal, and I'm not going to use that word. I'll use the word chair. Chair. We are amazing folks to others. We forget about ourselves. It takes a village. It takes the village. Yes, the village. Not a village, the village. Right now, somewhere, a blind girl is making her way through the woods, trying to avoid the dire hedgehog monster, looking to get help for the village. I just flashed to the scary movie version of the village for a moment, and I almost feel bad about it. Ah, Silver. Hi ho, Silver! No, you a ho, Silver. Think you'll enjoy it, Trey. Don says, morning, Xander. Are you up? No, I think you might still be sleeping in. I'll tell everyone you said it, and while doing the fuzzle was pun. All righty then. Okay, testicles, spectacles, wallet, and watch. Okay, while doing the puzzle was fun, it keeps my butt from doing stupid things right now. Freakazoid. Do you think I said poo gas enough? Poo gas. There's probably a honey scent to... Never mind. Great. Now I have the DX entrance theme in my head. You are welcome! Triple H is doing a better job than McMahon did already in years. I said it. Oh, heck yeah. I should be getting a ton of rings to make various flag keychains today. I should be getting the rings today and not making them all today. Yes. Because if you tried to make them all today, you would hurt. Foxy's only being bratty because she's on the other side of town at the moment. And wow! Foxy, dear, I love you. You are a very nice soul. And I just want to say right now that, as you hear, in the arms of the angels, playing in the background, we remember Foxy dearly, and her ability to sit for the next week and a half. For when Theseus returned, his hand did get a mighty sunburn from burning up from re-entry. Foxy's going to get swatted harder than an annoying Call of Duty player. Anyway, woohoo! The interesting homecoming for Foxy. Emphasis on half that word. Will be nice, though. Just as long as you can sit through the green room on Friday. You see Foxy laying sideways on the couch on her little lappy-toppy. What happened? Well, I'm sure the dog will go nutty. She admits it. Should be able to, Carl. Last Friday, I was just too tired. This Friday, I'll be far too wired. This week, to keep me from tears, gonna give it to someone special. Is that the ambulance coming through? Anyway, understood, Foxy. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Hollifield. I hope you are having a good one. And LOL, Nick. So if you're throwing fig Newtons at other one, does that mean you give a flying fig? Absolutely not. I do not give a flying fig. I do not give a fig. I like figs. What the heck did I just hear? I'm assuming you heard a brief rendition of Kill the Wabbit. And today on NPR, Nick Public Radio, we'll be discussing the benefits of Kill the Wabbit and how it deeply influenced a generation. But before we do, we'd like to remind you that Nick Public Radio is brought to you by viewers like you and corporate sponsors like this.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Bam. Cancel. Hold on. I am dealing. There we go. With mild there we are. Mild technical issues. Oh, Robin Williams. Good morning. Was ist das? Okay. Well, bye. Gail, sorry, Chris. I'm one today. Yes, Carl. On one today. Mark Mayron, I believe. One of my favorites. Heavy over the years. Heavy Metal Fud. Indeed. Wait, I mean, Robin Williams as Elmer singing Fire is one of my fave. Robin. Just got back from taking Lindsay to her chiropractor. Now, friends, I've made no secret that I am dyslexic. And that means every once in a while, my brain will grab a word and play with it. Little chunks will move around. And I swear that just for a second, it read that as chiropractor. And I'm going, is that a medicinal velociraptor? And now a velociraptor with like a a stethoscope jumping on somebody's back to pop their back just keeps running through my mind. And that's the link for Saturday's show link. We'll giveth good ideas. LOL. Did you fear that people here might take it the wrong way when you yelled my name? Good morning, and hi, Dan. And I hope you're feeling okay. And yes, Carl, I hope she's doing well. Oh, ha 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 ha. And again. Next to calling of a deity, I still have my sense of humor, as twisted as it is. Hugs Dawn. Twist is best kind. Y'all a bit twisted. Like the little thing on a bread bag. Like a drill bit, Foxy. I don't like fighting with toothpicks. I'm too slow. Give me my longsword. Enough folks with toothpicks can make mincemeat of me, like at least my friends do that. So, the village? I am not a number. I am a free man. Dyer, Ron, Jeremy? Indeed. And look, we've got not one, but two Twitch bots. No, actually, Botrix is a real person, I think. Yeah, sorry, wrong hedgehog. And Carl, you're reading my mind. Reading the minds of anyone's mind in this group is dangerous. Indeed. Giggles. I think lack of sleep is getting to me. 4:30 is way too early. Yeah, well, it's a little late for me to have gone to sleep. You giggle, Foxy, but you're on the right on the button. I know we're all messed up. That's why we get along. And it's good to be messed up. Birds of a feather like the smell of leather. We have a good flock. Surprised the cat contingent is bugging me about lunch. No, but I'm going to bug you guys about watching some ads and then wrapping up. So...
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda, just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley, Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphelion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
And,
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
all right, let's bop through these books. And Time Raptor versus Speed Raptor equals Velociraptor. Indeed. See everyone later. Have a great day. Goodbye. Guess that's my cue too. And let Cat art later. So yeah, guys, keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating. Because if you do, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. I will see you Wednesday for the art program. Possibly sooner. I may be doing a Nick Knows Nerf, depending on how today goes. I have several to do. Beyond that, guys, be nicer to yourself than I am to me. Toodles.